who, whenever I would call him up, he would say, "Man, I'm working like a horse. I worked so hard today. I'm exhausted." Now, the fact is that he was working hard, but he wasn't telling me that because of the fact that he worked hard. But he was telling me that because he wanted to say that he deserves the success because he works so hard. It was as if the standard for his life was, I have to exhaust myself so I can be happy. I can say that I deserve my salary, my paycheck, whatever. And what I've noticed is that a lot of us walk through life looking for problems to have, or looking for situations to be difficult, or at least make them more difficult as they are, so we can justify it. We can use that situation and say, you know how hard I work, you know the kind of problems I had. I would get into conversations with people, and I just talk about, let's say, a hard situation, or something that I went through in life and it wasn't that easy to go through. And they would, a lot of times, they would just counter it with, let me tell you about my struggle, and it will almost become like this competition, who has it worse, or who has gone through a worse situation. And I've listened to this a YouTube video. I think it was Abraham Hicks, and so Esther. I don't know her name. I don't know what her name is. In any case, doesn't matter. But she was saying, people, if you were to ask people, random people in the streets, do you think that an average person should live life of struggle so they deserve something more? Majority of them would say yes, or almost all of them. And this got me thinking that this is how we approach life. We intentionally put a lot of struggle, and we put a lot of effort into something that could be very easily done. One of the things that I enjoy and hate at the same time is working around the house with my dad. Because he would take a very simple thing and he would find a way to make it more complex. He would find a way to make it more difficult and put more effort in than it's actually necessary. I could always see like there's a hack, or there's an easier way, or simply just do it. When I was starting my business, I had a lot of challenges with accepting money from people paying me for my services. I was like, well, it's kind of weird. Some people work their entire month to get that. And what was interesting about that is, as I was functioning with a belief, with a limiting belief, that money is a consequence of struggle, not necessarily effort, because effort can be enjoyable, but money, or receiving money, is a consequence of, you have to first feel bad. You first have to feel like a horse who's been ridden, and then you get to deserve money. Then you get to deserve success. I have a friend he's really successful. I really admire him for that, but he still has that same mindset of, I work so hard and that's why I'm successful. And when I'm kind of looking at what he's doing, it's not that hard, but he's making it seem as if it's harder so he can justify it. So what I'm saying with this, and where I'm aiming with this, and why I created this video, is because I want you to take a look at your life and notice if you are intentionally creating resistance and conflict in your life so you can feel like you deserve something. So you feel like you deserve to exist almost. So you feel like you deserve to breathe the air you're breathing. You know how hard I have? That's why I deserve all these things. I deserve to breathe the air. I deserve to eat food because I work like a horse. I work hard. I work a lot, but I don't work like a horse. And what's interesting about working like a horse, for example, is that if you notice, if you take try to watch on YouTube a horse that's working, a horse that's plowing, for example. You'll see that the horse never struggles. For the horse, the work is easy. The horse never goes, oh, it's so hard for me. See them sprint, see them run. You'll never see a horse, oh, this is so difficult. A horse just does what he is born to do. He's that kind of an animal, okay? And when you say I work like a horse, or understand that you're not using that correctly. Working hard and working with struggle is not the same thing. So maybe ask yourself, what are you doing in life? And are you on purpose making it more difficult than it really is? And the second question is, could you make it effortless? Could you do what you're doing with a lot less effort and even more efficient? For example, these videos that I'm doing, there's two ways to do these videos. The first way is to script everything out and make it super difficult and awkward when you step into the camera. The second one is to have an idea of what you want to say, get some bullet points, and then speak your mind. The first one takes more effort. The second one takes less effort, is more natural. Guess which video is going to be more enjoyable to watch. Guess which video is going to be more shared or talked about, or just, more enjoyable to watch. It's going to be the second one, because you're going to feel there's an ease. Grass grows without effort. Trees grow without effort. Everything like around us happens without effort. We're the only ones stepping in between that process and putting effort where effort is not necessary. Or when I say effort, I mean struggle. Okay, you still have to do the thing, but you don't have to struggle. So maybe you have a limiting belief just like I did. Maybe you're doing something with so much more energy, so much more, it has to be difficult. It cannot be that easy. I have to make it more complex, because if it's not, then I don't deserve the result. So this video is kind of undefined. So I hope you kind of got the message, what I was trying to say. But we are, as a majority of society, we live in that, just notice the conversations. Oh, how hard I work. It's so difficult. And then people compete in who has it worse. Try to notice it. That's all I wanted to say. Bye-bye.